Well everyone, let's take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus and see how this phone holds up in the middle part of 2023. Now with the S21 Plus, I truly do feel like this was a really good phone that Samsung made back in 2021. It definitely wasn't perfect, but I think they did a really decent job coming from the S20. They did remove the microSD card slot, but I think they made a really decent phone at the time. I think this was a better phone than the S21 at the time. Now, on the outside, not much has changed. It's going to be the same thing as it always is. 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display. It looks pretty good. There's not a whole lot to complain about here. And I do think at the time, Samsung did a decent job. You're still maintaining that, decent build quality. You're getting a Snapdragon 888 chipset inside, which is pretty good. You're getting a beautiful display, 120 Hz. You're getting USB-C at the bottom, hole punch display, very good build quality, and you're getting a frosted glass back. I think this was one of the first times we saw a frosted glass back on their S series of phones, which honestly, like these ones, they look beautiful. And that's one thing that I always look forward to with a phone like this because they look so nice. So that's something that's really cool. You're getting that triple camera setup on the top left on the back of this phone as well. You're getting things like wireless charging, reverse wireless charging as well, which is so cool. You're getting IP certification, which comes standard on most phones nowadays. But it's a very good looking phone on the outside. And I would definitely say Samsung knocked it out of the park that specific year when they actually made this phone. I think this phone looked really good. And it was one of my most favorite things going on with this device probably was the build quality. Now, in terms of the camera, this thing still a very good camera. It's that triple camera setup on the back, wide, telephoto, and ultra wide lens. You're also getting a wide angle camera on the front, 4K at 60 on the front, 8K on the back. That is a very crazy camera to have. Most people will never have to shoot 8K in their life, and this phone actually had that type of capability, which is so cool. So that in and of itself is really awesome, and the fact that you had a phone like this, in my opinion, with that type of camera, was not only amazing back then, but it's still a really good camera today. So that in and of itself gets a thumbs up for me for sure. Now, in terms of software, this is the one area of this phone that's always going to be it's going to be good, but it's always going to be one of those areas that can change and affect this iPhone like crazy. So as of right now, this phone is still supported with software. It's not really going anywhere right now, but there could be a moment in the future where things could change. So, maybe Android, 14 might be the last version of software this phone might be getting. And I'm sure that would be a very sad thing for a lot of people to see, but it could happen. Things like that happen all the time, and it could happen in your case. So what I would recommend doing is just keeping your eye on the software longevity of this phone and seeing when this phone is actually going to be discontinued with software and kind of going from there. As of right now, like I said, I think Android 14 might be the last version of software it's getting, and then, or maybe even Android 13, who knows? But as of right now, it's still good, it's still supported, but it could change very soon. So those are always kind of things to keep in mind in the back of your head. In terms of performance, like I said earlier, it had that Snapdragon 888 chipset inside with 8 gigs of RAM on both models of this phone. Now, personally for me, like I mentioned before, this was a very decent performing phone at the time. It was very good. It had one of the strongest chipsets at the time that you could have. And personally for me, I really did like the way this phone performed. I liked the way it looked. And honestly, it was a very good phone at the time. Now, is it perfect? No. That chipset nowadays is a little bit, it's not outdated. It's a little bit older than usual. But also, we have I think Qualcomm has made some really big strides on the next couple of chipsets that they made with their 8th Gen series. So I think those ones are probably the good ones to go. But this is still a very good performing chipset at the end of the day. So to kind of sum up this whole entire video, what I'll tell you is, I think the S21 Plus is still completely worth buying. I think it's still a very decent phone to buy for sure. If you can get the S22 Plus or the S23 Plus, I'd probably recommend those. But this is still a good phone that I'd recommend probably a majority of people to buy at the end of the day. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.